agreement to sell, at that point of time the title in the land is deemed to have been conveyed to me. But what has been conveyed to me? The land.
Not in the land, sir. Not in the land. Again, I'll explain. His question is, he's asking a good question. He's saying, you are saying so boldly that there is no element of service. Okay. But can it not be argued? Yes, there is an element of service. To what extent is a different question to be answered. But there is an element of service because when I enter into an agreement with this builder, at that point of time there is nothing, there is just land. And you enter into a contract called agreement to sell. At that stage, there is a transfer, there is a deemed transfer of the property, the land to you. Okay. Before I answer his question, I must clarify one most important fundamental principle. The property in land, A is the owner of land. Builder need not be the owner of the land, sir. Builder need not be the owner of the land. 99% are never the owner of the land. Okay. I will explain these SRA schemes where the government is the owner of the land, there is a lot of dispute going on. Unlike in UK, if A is the owner of the land, we have borrowed this transfer of property, the Act for those provisions, but there is a slight difference. In UK, if A is the owner of the land, any superstructure thereon, the property in the superstructure will vest with A. A will be the owner of the building on such land. Whereas in India, it is slightly different. Here, A is the owner of the land, whereas B can be owner of the superstructure on that. B can be owner of the superstructure. And there can be a transfer of ownership in the superstructure itself. There need not be a transfer of property in the land to the third person. It's possible. Legally possible. Legally correct. Now to answer sir's question, that when I enter into an agreement for sale, agreement to sell with the builder, what is he doing it for me? What is he doing for me? He's actually providing a service to me. Yes, intention to be to sell the flat. But when does this intention come into force? Simple answer according to me, sir. I don't know whether it will answer your query or no. It's because it's a debatable point, it's an arguable point. Where do we draw the line? Where do we draw the line? And who will draw this line? Will the court draw this line? Will the court draw this line? Yes, sir, please, sir. Will the court draw this line? No. Will the legislature draw this line? Will the legislature draw this line? They have not done it. They can, but they have not done. Will the tax authorities draw the line? No. Who will draw this line? You and I. Contracting parties. We will decide. It's a matter of contract. Again I am saying, please note, there cannot be a straight jacket formula. There cannot be a universal answer which will have a universal application for all cases across the board. These are matters of contract. Purely matters of contract. If you and I decide that there is no element of service and I am only interested in purchase of the flat, because simple answer, sir, I ask myself simple question. As sir was saying in the earlier session, suppose he doesn't give you possession. He says, I will give you rent, etc. He doesn't give you possession. He says, jo karna hai kar lo. Generally they do that, no? Tumko jo karna hai kar lo, we are big builders, we will take care. Okay. Suppose he doesn't give you possession. Suppose he doesn't give you the flat. Okay. What is your legal remedy? What is your legal remedy? You can sue him for a suit for specific performance. Specific performance of what? For provision of service?
No.
No. You want the flat. You want the flat, you want the immovable property. If it were a contract of service, please tell me. If it were a contract for service, there is a part performance, you pay for the part. You pay for that part, no? You enter into contract for 10 floors. Simple. Where is construction service provided? There is a contract for construction of 10-story bungalow. I I am a big man, I have a 10-story bungalow, I tell this contractor. He constructs only 2 floors and runs away. Is no service provided?
But
Because he has only done 2, he had to do 10. Or when he completes the 10th floor, then only service is complete? No. In a matter of this type, the construction service is provided every day, every minute, as and when the construction is taking place. So when he constructs 2 stories, can we say no service is provided? No service is provided. Partly. You may have clauses for damages in your contract. You may have clauses for penalties in your contract. But that will not determine the nature of the transaction or the character of the transaction. If you sue him for a service, then you can say yes, it's a service contract. He will say, I have provided part service to you, I have completed. Okay, there are no doors, there are no windows, there are no toilets, come and stay, I have no problem. There is no OC. All along disputes, no, societies never get OC from the builder, no. All along, at least I have seen since I have been born there. Societies, all problems is this common problem. Builder will never get OC from the statutory authorities, from the municipal corporations. OC is not there, OC is not there. So that has been taken as an alibi by the service tax department, saying that wherever you get OC and the sale takes place thereafter, no service.
no service.
Because they know OC not possible to get an OC. But this provision is valid. Please note, the Bombay High Court has ruled this provision is valid and matters pending in the Supreme Court. Another question which arises is this explanation retrospective? This came in 2010. Now will it apply for past?
No.
Why?
But if you make a suitable clause in the agreement stating that I am purely buying the premises, I am not taking their service, does it help? Does the service tax department
It's a deeming provision, sir.
What is that?
It overrules your contract. It's a deeming provision. It overrules your contract. Saying whatever you write in a contract, you may shout from the rooftop, sir, he is my son. You may shout from the rooftop, he is my son. The DNA tests prove it also. The legislature is saying no, he is illegitimate. It's like that. And I'll show you, kindly see Supreme Court. Whatever arguments you had, one by one, they've overruled it. Kindly see that. Is there explanation now why it is not retrospective, sir?
According to you, it's a new kind of a charge, so it should not be given as a retrospective. There is concern. It's a new kind of, normally substantive provision creating a new charge should not be given a retrospective.
But it says explanation, sir. It's not a new section. To existing section of construction service and construction of complex service, this explanation has been added. And we are saying that your explanation is clarifying that for the purpose of this subclause, wherever you construct which is intended for sale, but you receive money before the OC, it's a deemed supply.
Not new section, new kind of a charge. New kind of a charge. According to me, it's a new kind of a charge. Therefore, it doesn't deserve to be given the retrospective.
Okay. How many say it is retrospective? Yes, sir. Why? It's an explanation. How many say it's not retrospective? बाकी politician है क्या? According to me, it's not retrospective, sir. If sir is right, it's a new charge. Though styled as an explanation, it does not clarify anything in the existing section. It creates a new charge, and therefore it is not retrospective. It will be effective only from July 1/7/2010. There is a tribunal judgment in Krishna Homes also which takes this view. This is all past. Okay, sir. This is all past.
Krishna Homes says
It is not retrospective. Krishna Homes says it is not retrospective. This is all past, sir. All these controversies are past, which are pending, not decided. Now the new section says, all of us know from 1st of July 2012, the entire service tax law underwent a sea change. As the minister then called it. Now I can take name also, Mr. Chidambaram. He called it. There is a paradigm shift. Okay. There's a paradigm shift in the way we understood service tax law in this country. What do you mean by the term paradigm, sir? Honestly, I did not know. I had to look up for the dictionary now. What do you mean by the term paradigm? Paradigm shift.
Basic.
Altogether, somebody said
Altogether.
Somebody told me in one of these conferences only, sir, it is like Shirshasana. That is also correct. There is no problem. Absolutely no problem. Legislature can do that. But what happens if you do Shirshasana in Lungi? It's exactly what the revenue is for. Exactly what the legislature They introduce two things I want to say here before we go to this. They introduce a law for the very first time, which is directly or indirectly going to affect 1.2 billion of us. This affects all of us. They floated a white paper. They floated a white paper in August of 2011, prior to introduction of this. There they explained what all we try to introduce, etc. And invited representations from trade and industry. And as usual, for trade and industry, folded hands starts revolving around CBC. In September of 2011, they issued a revised white paper and saying that yes, we have committed a mistake. Yes, we have missed out something. What we have missed out? Because our negative list provisions are broadly copied from UK VAT law. Lekin they say no, nakal ke bhi akal chahiye. So they say we missed out. They admitted that we have defined what is service. We have forgotten to define what is a taxable person. We forgot to copy what is a taxable person. A taxable person means a person who carries on an economic activity. That definition we missed out. But when they introduced the bill in February, it was not there. When the act came, it was not there. It is not there even today. Knowing that, please see the new charging section which says there shall be levied a tax at the rate of so and so percent on the value of all services. Now this dispute, whether it is construction, works contract, consulting engineer, or chartered accountant, lawyer, cost accountant, management consultant, all gone. I do not want any disputes on classification. The legislature says all services will be subject to tax, except those specified in the negative list. There is a special list called 66D, which lists out the negative list. Provided or agreed to be provided in the taxable territory by one person to another. Now what is a service? They define the term service. Now please see the definition of service. Any activity carried out by one person for another for a consideration. Earlier charging section said provided or agreed to be provided. What is the meaning of agreed to be provided? Agreed to be provided.
To be rendered in future.
To be rendered in future. Suppose I enter into a contract today to render a service after 10 years. It will be taxable today. And what happens when I actually provide the service after 10 years? When does the taxable event happen? Your taxable event will change according to your contract. This phrase is not defined in the Act. They say any activity. Activity not defined in the Act. They say carried out by one person for another for a consideration. Consideration not defined in the Act. Please note, these phrases, these terms which have not been defined in the Act will be given the widest possible meaning. The widest possible meaning will be given to these terms. There is a guidance note issued by the Tax Research Unit of the CBEC. Okay, according to me, it is one of the most honest, humble and excellent efforts by the TRE till date. Please note, according to me, they have given a 250-page guidelines clarifying all possible issues that they could envisage, either this way or that way. I am not saying they have clarified in favor of the trade or against the trade. They have clarified, which is an honest effort. But please note, I have not read that education guide. I have not read one paper out of it. Because if you see the opening paragraph, para 1.2 of the education guide, it says this is not a departmental circular. It is not binding on the department. It is not binding on the assessee. Then why are you issuing all these things? Persuade whom? Court says circulars are not binding on us. You say, assessee says it is not binding on us. Now revenue is shouting it is not binding on us. Then you take it and throw it in the dustbin. What is the need for all these pages? Only grievance, my limited grievance with the TRU was, if you introduce a new law and you do this mammoth exercise of clarifying, own up to it. You're a part of a democratic government. Own up to it. Say, yes, we will follow this. It is binding on us. Either this way or that, it is binding on us. Last week I was arguing a matter in the Delhi High Court. Revenue came up and said this is not binding on us. We were citing that para 1.2. Because that clarification is in favor of the SEC. It is not binding on us. So please don't look at the education guide. You may read it, please. It's a beautiful piece of work. You may read it otherwise. Okay. But its binding force has no meaning. It may have a persuasive value, but these days courts, judges will not look into these circulars. They will say we will interpret the law as we understand it. That's why the Ratan Melting Supreme Court Constitution bench came. Earlier the concept was departmental circulars are binding. Navneet Javeri, all of us are aware. The matter went to the Constitution bench says circulars insofar as that they are not contrary to the law later with the High Court or Supreme Court, they will be binding. Open court they said some babu sitting in North Block will teach me how to interpret the law.
If it is contrary to law, then contrary to
It's not binding.
beneficial in favor of SSC.
Not binding. You have to prove it is contrary to law.
Yeah, if it is proved,
If it is proved, then it is not binding.
then binding.
Not binding, no sir.
On the department.
Not binding on the department also. That is why they are shouting. They are not good children, sir. They don't want to listen to their father also. Only exclusion, insofar as we are concerned, as far as the real estate industry is concerned, the exclusion from this activity is very wide, sir. The term activity is very wide, please note. Your wife cooks for you. You bring her a sari. Is it taxable? Is it taxable?
Yes.
There is an activity by one person for another and there is a consideration. It's taxable. When your wife hits you, is it taxable? Yes.
No consideration.
Activity will include passive activity also, forbearance also, tolerance also. You are tolerating an act. It's taxable.
There is consideration also.
What is the consideration?
Negative consideration.
You give your mother 5,000 rupees, is it taxable? Yes, she is blessing you. And these are on lighter notes. I am just highlighting the scope and expanse of the section. Now the section is very wide. It is for the assistant.